Hello, Southern California Nevada Conference. We began the year congregating and doing church as usual. Choirs were singing, people were hugging each other, mission and fellowship were happening. Then the COVID 19 pandemic happened. Since March, our world has changed in a dramatic way. The way we are church has been transformed, and we have been forced to transition into what William Bridges, in his book Managing Transitions, calls the new normal. At the beginning of the pandemic, pastors and church leaders were confronted with the reality that in order to continue being church, we needed a drastic change. For the last 10 years, I've been talking about reinventing how we do church. Our staff and conference board have been experimenting with ways to minister to all, including electronic communications, Zoom conferencing, and remote office work. For a couple of years, we have experimented with having our conference ministerial staff work from home, which led to the decision to sell our North Lake Avenue building. Unknown to us at the time, these decisions proved to be prophetic. Because of these decisions, our conference staff was able to quickly respond to the COVID-19 crisis without much challenge. While many of my conference ministers' colleagues were struggling to learn a new technology and adapt to the crisis, this conference was able to provide immediate response. We began by offering weekly Zoom meetings for clergy and lay leaders on new ways to worship, on how to offer pastoral care in the COVID-19 reality, on how to build capacity for stewardship, and on how to manage administrative and financial challenges provided or brought up by the crisis. The efforts paid off, and many of you shared your challenges as well as your successes. All in all, we were able to build community and support one another. Today, many of you are using some of the resources you acquired during our time together to continue to offer meaningful ministry to our people. A month before the pandemic took hold, we finished our conference website. Again, this was a timely response as the new website allowed us to post relevant information and make it available to all of you. We also hired the Reverend Lee Yates from the Covina Church to become our conference communications contractor. Lee has done an incredible job in that capacity. Libby and I have created a few sermons that have been added to our website as a way to offer a preaching break to our pastors. You will also find in our website a full worship service created by the entire UCC conference ministers body as a gift to all of you. After the first 2 weeks of crisis, Libby, Rudy, and I continued to offer support by allotting time for pastors to check in. This was an opportunity to connect and build fellowship. We culminated our response by offering an online clergy retreat on May the 20th. This was a time to rest and be refreshed. We have received great feedback from those pastors who participated. Many of them are asking when we're going to schedule another retreat like this one. The Reverend Jim Ewing, a retired UCC minister and my spiritual mentor, taught me a long time ago that it is in times of crisis that we become more creative and innovative. This has been proven to be true even in the area of search and call. Rudy, Libby, and I have continued to support those of you looking for new pastoral leadership. And a couple of you have experimented and discovered new ways to complete the process, including doing a virtual neutral pulpit. Congratulations. One of the blessings we have received from the hard work of your conference board of directors and the conference leadership is that of financial stability. Thanks to the decisions made during the past 10 years, we have been able to weather this crisis and maintain our financial health. Our treasurer, Neil Washburn, will provide you with the conference financial picture. Having said that, we are bracing for a challenging 2021 as we anticipate a reduction in giving. Together, we are working hard to make sure our financial health continues into the future. Pilgrim Pines, our camp in Yucaipa, has been the hardest hit during this crisis. We anticipate a massive loss of revenue. The latest figures indicate that this loss can be as high as $150,000 plus. Again, thanks to the foresight of your conference board and conference leadership, we should be able to weather part of that storm as we have previously set aside some funding for this eventuality. Having said that, we can only weather the storm for the rest of this year. We will need to re-examine the viability of the camp as we plan for 2021. The Pilgrim Pines board is currently beginning the conversation about what to do for 2021. Neil will tell you more about that in his report. As we close this year, we are grieving Libby's decision to retire at the end of August. Libby has played a key role in our leadership team. Although Libby and I have been talking about her retirement plans for over a year, her retirement will leave a big role and a big hole to be filled. We celebrate Libby and all her gifts, and I hope you join me in thanking her for all she has done for this conference and the wider United Church of Christ. At this point, we have not set a date for her retirement party, but I anticipate we will be working on that event in a not so distant future. Libby is not big into parties of this kind, but we will throw one for her anyway. Rudy and I are already working on ways to fill the responsibilities created by this vacancy. Currently, we are not looking at calling anyone else for this position, as we have embarked in a conference ministry study to determine the staffing needs for the future. Together with our conference board of directors, we have begun conversation about what conference ministry in Southern California and Nevada will look like in the future, and who we will need to call to fill the need. I have been here for 10 years. Realistically, we can count on me being here for a long, long time. That will not be fair to anyone. That doesn't mean I'm leaving right away. Having said that, we need to be prepared for that eventuality when the time comes. In that regard, our conference board of directors has appointed the Reverend Chris Bergstrom to lead our staffing study. Chris is our board secretary and has a vast experience as a consultant for nonprofits. By the way, Chris is doing this work pro bono. Part of Chris's task is to help our board of directors in revising its role as part of the conference leadership. One conversation we're having is how to recruit new talent to serve in the new roles of the board based on the needs of the conference and the gifts of the individual. This will require a more detailed nominations process as well as a clear needs assessment. Last but definitely not least, I need to mention the work that our Doors Ministry team has been doing. This group of talented servants have been working really hard in developing programs for our youth and young adults that meet the present challenges. And they have met the challenges head on. I'm so proud of their leadership. I'm not going to steal the thunder, and I will let them tell you about what they are planning for this summer and beyond. Friends, our conference is in great hands. Sometimes people ask me what keeps me awake at night. There are a few things that are always on my mind. First, I see many of our congregations struggling, looking for answers about processes and new ideas, and yet never reach out to the conference staff for information. I am not sure if this is the frontier mentality that we need to figure it out on our own. Some forget that you have a professional conference staff with years of experience ready to serve you. I guarantee you, we have dealt with challenges similar to yours before. One thing I tell churches is that their problems are not unique. We have heard it all before, and we are here for you. Second, some of you have taken advantage of our free coaching ministry. We would like for all of you to take advantage of this service. Our board of directors invested in providing professional training to these coaches. Those of you who have a coach have attested to the benefits of coaching in your ministries. This service is available to all of you. We would like for pastors and church leaders to take advantage of it. And I would like to encourage every new pastor in our conference to reach out to one of our coaches. Just send me an email and I will give you the list. Finally, some of our congregations struggle with internal conflict. Others struggle with creating a vision for the future. We offer professional workshops for both of those instances. These are free of charge to you as members of this conference. Sometimes because we offer it for free, some of our churches tend to think that free means run of the mill. This cannot be further from the truth. I lead these workshops with credentials such as a doctorate in education in organizational leadership. This is a business degree equivalent to a PhD. I'm also a master certified coach with the International Coach Federation. The master certification is the highest certification available to coaches around the world. I also have a master's degree in pastoral counseling along with my master's degree in divinity. My experience as your conference minister for the last 10 years tops this list. In the outside world, other conferences and businesses will hire someone like me to offer the same services for no less than $15,000 a pop. I encourage you to check it out, and I would like to invite you to take advantage of these free services. So what's in store for us as a conference? As we come out of the stay-at-home order, I see a changed church landscape. We have learned some valuable lessons. Some of us have been forced to learn new skills. We will need to continue to adapt, as the way it was will never be again. Some of our congregations may need to morph into new and different ministries. Others will need to assess their current way of being and the space they occupy. Yet others will continue to thrive because they have adapted and are ready to continue adapting to new realities. The good news is that we serve a God who inspires us in the midst of adversity and who will always be with us. Thank you for being part of this ministry, and may God bless you.